Well, we've started things off with two very interesting games. The circles certainly weren't fair, but it made for crazy action. Now we're going to Miramar. Will the madness continue? Well, you have to wait and see. It won't be too long before we get into the game. But I've got to go and thank Mr. Okay, I'm going to try and get this right. Economy was his name on Twitter.
Yep.
Probably completely butchered that, but he did tweet the picture out, and they were very close. But like we said, it's slightly more to the north on the second one. But just what a way for it to go down. Yeah, they were like millimeters apart, so to speak. And, well, sometimes we do get games like that. And also, we get teams that will trade out positions on a regular basis. With Milky Way and 3D Max being so close to those top spots, they continue to chop and change just a little bit here, as PG-18 still can't catch them up.
Yeah, and what that's also doing is because we've seen a bit of a resurgence from the likes of Jokers, Tornado Energy, ELGIG, even Unity as well, even though they lie in 15th. We're seeing the teams get a lot closer together in the point standings at the higher end of the table, where like Milky Way and 3D, they've been kind of fighting against each other metaphorically in the top of the standings. It means that it's a lot closer. Like last crew, considering how close it was, but like last crew on 66 points and Tornado Energy on 58 points, and even like PG-18 are close to last crew. It's a lot more compounded, and personally, I much prefer that because it means there's so many more elements that can play into factors we get into later games.
Now, interestingly, Jokers had a third place and 12 kill game just gone. And then before that, they went out in 12th but got a decent amount of kills. And yet they're still struggling to be within this top 12. It just shows how you really need to start having these games kick it up a gear and get your additional points in there.
And even like Airstation Mike, like they've had, game one, they had quite a few kills and 9 points in total. And this game, they had a second place. And they still find themselves in the top 8, just keeping steady and just going, hey, look, guys, you know, we may not be performing the best, but we're still up there.
And that is what it's all about, right? Still being up there, still being one step closer to your goal. As LC, as always, will go for Puta Paris, so nice and early for them. This plane is very fair. Everyone will get to where they want to go. Some slightly further than others. Los Leones, we've been seeing two teams try and challenge it, but could just be InsideGames this time around.
Joker seem to be switching things up, heading more up north. They did that yesterday as well.
Yeah, they went for,
Yeah, and I think they've kind of realized, look, let's go to La Cabriera, stay there, that'll be our spot, and then we can rotate from there. But you know what, honestly, this circle, I want it to be dead center. I want it to be normal. I've had two crazy circles, two crazy games with crazy phases and circle shifts, etc. Let's keep it nice and calm.
Said no one ever. Hey, there we go. There we go. We're staying over towards the east. Why not? And my islands are still included. Banks 1 and Banks 2. Banks 1 is the top one. He's the biggest. Banks 2 is the little one. Maybe we'll get there eventually. I dream of actually being able to cast a game on that circle. I cannot wait. Please, come on, PUBG. You're being really mean to these teams. Be really good to me. Do you remember that Rick and Morty episode where they got the floating heads and they're like, show me what you got. I'm the dude sat there right now. Come to my islands. Show me what you got. I want to see this madness.
Yep. And honestly, with the two games we've had already today, if it happens, I kind of feel it's going to happen today. Just be a big kind of a kick in the face for these teams. But as team moops, they've had a little bit of an inconsistency in terms of results, but they're 13th overall, just lying under the top 12. But with lots of games to go, they're only 6 points behind Jokers, so, you know, plenty of points to gain up. Gotta say, you know, they've looked pretty good so far. And now they face off against Double and Hockey. Who's going to come out on top?
And remember, these two teams fought each other at the beginning of last game, which saw that Moops went out in 16th place because Unity was able to deal the damage onto him. Can they win this one out? Great use of the flashbang there for Quizzy to do the poke. They both poke into him. Double's still got a good amount of health with there, and he's doing nice damage. He's actually forced them both away. Brilliant stuff there from Double, despite that flash coming in. And I like it. We still don't see enough teams try and utilize flashes in a significant way. That was a very good attempt at doing it, but even then, Double just proved too strong.
I think part of the reason was that is because the peaks that came out from Orange and Quizzy just weren't really confident enough in my eyes. They didn't really go kind of peaking the right way, and because they were kind of behind each other, they didn't really have the angles that both of them could have taken advantage in that kind of in that situation. But
oh, the headshot landed as well. So right, they're trading blows for now. Hawkey, do you have any meds? Because your teammate does not. That could be the real difference maker in this. Who managed to get meds? I don't think Hawkey's got any. Surely he'd be healing by now. Quizzy's run away. Orange is still holding on to it.
Yeah, I don't think...
Where's the rest of Unity to maybe try and back... Do they want to try and back this up and take it, or are they just going to leave it? Slightly awkward now.
Definitely is.
Unactive. He's going to find some of the other Moops players. He manages to get the knock onto Reggie, so... These two teams, doesn't matter what map they're on, they're just fighting with each other. Unactive, he's playing Assassin's Creed. He's jumping across the buildings. He's on top of the roofs for now. Is he going to jump in and finish him off? Oh, he spots him. I don't think he was seen, though. Kadoran's got no idea. Unactive can push up. This is huge. Gets onto it, delivers a headshot, and that's going to be the job done. That's going to be 2 kills picked up for the guys on Unity, and they continue to deliver today. I don't know what changed. Maybe they had a crazy team talk. Quizzy just taps away, and he's going to get the next one. Double's the only one in it, and Moops, they are out of here once again in 16th place, and Unity deliver the smackdown.
What the hell, Team Moops, you just got put down to the ground. Unity definitely, and especially because that was an unusual situation. We had 2 individual 2v2s, and they won out both trades. And Quizzy, it looked like he was kind of disengaging, but he was just finding a different angle. Popped that single shot off and got that knockdown as fate. BetterLuckNxTime trying to connect onto Compop, Tornado Energy. Just put that no, what? There you go.
Oh, God. Poor Melman. He's not loving life right now. He's probably thinking to his teammate, why did you turn? Why did you slow all down our momentum? Nice shots from Compot, though. He'll take down Fate, and he looks to try and finish him off, and that's exactly what will happen. Example helps him out. Melman should be revived. But coming back onto this Unity thing.
Yep.
Unity look like a completely different team.
They do.
Where was this Unity a day or 2 ago? What's going on? I'm happy. Maybe they put some extra practice in with a new lineup. They feel comfortable. They're happy. Maybe they're just feeling it today like we spoke about before. You can get it where days you're just hitting all those shots. You feel like, yes, no one can take me down. Could be just one of those days because so far, so good for Unity. A 3rd place in game 1 with 4 kills. Then they went for a 4th place with 6 kills in this game, in the game previous, sorry. And now in this game, they're starting off with a full squad wipe once again onto Moops.
And that 4 points is the equivalent of, I think, fourth place or 5th place in terms of from placement points. So if they can kind of back that up with another good placement finish, we're going to see something similar coming out from these teams. But let's talk about kind of the rotations, how these teams are making their way through. We see InsideGames are in the center circle. You have PG18 around them. You have Tempest, you kind of Airstation, Mike, and ELGIGANTEN to the north. YMCA are kind of on the north-west side of the circle, making their way in. You have Northern Lights ahead of them going north from Los Leones. They're inside the circle. And 3D Max are probably the furthest south team. They are indeed making their way into circle kind of just now. And then they'll be kind of on the south side of Los Leones.
So it's a waiting game for now for a lot of these teams. Yep. No one's really crossing paths just yet either. They're just getting to their central locations, getting themselves into where they want to be. It's the final few teams like Joker's, Tornado, and BetterLuckNxTime who will struggle a little bit more, but likely will be able to avoid because they're all going at different sides. So at the moment, Joker's going over to the east. Unity's working their way down from just a bit to the northwest. Tornado are going to go for the long rotation past El Azahar. But BetterLuckNxTime will go all the way down from Power Grid, probably through Picardo, and just behind where the YMCA players are as of now.
Quick math, they have the edge of La Bandita on their own. You have kind of Airstation, Tempest, and Elgig just down to the east side of them, but nothing really too close, although they are now getting closer as they make their way through La Bandita.
Now, I'm really, really interested to see what Unity can do now. We're going to see ToWzErA find a knock onto Tempest's Hjort.
Yep.
Hasn't got him for the finish off, so I believe it's not possible for him. He's just going to hop on his bike, maybe be able to go and pick up the kill if he wants to. He's going to continue forward with the rest of his teammates here. And yeah, Hjort's got no teammates near. Peltzik already getting up close. Oh, wow. Hanny's just leaving him, running away. Okay, so yeah, they're abandoning Hjort, leaving him to die. I understand why, because Quickmouth getting up there very fast. True. So this would probably be happening while he's in the middle of a revive. But it's just such a shame to be able to go down one player so early on and then not do anything.
And that's worrisome for Tempest as well, because they're still rotating as well in some way.
Yeah.
Found that core spot. Although, wait, Wookie Bookie gets onto OK Bro, so maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, OK Bro and Northern Lights in general generally go for a 2-2 split on this map. OK Bro was caught before he could even cross the road, though. New circle centers up. My islands have disappeared. Big rip. But Los Leones is still in it. We could go for city craziness. I'm down.
Yes.
Why not? Yes. 3D Max has landed dead center, and they've only just started to rotate in. So remember, they came all the way down from towards El Pozo, went all the way across and worked their way up. So they've not had to deal with anyone just yet, and they'll be stacked up and ready for the fights when they begin.
It kind of will, but InsideGames and PG18 head in that direction, and we saw the shots even on a map being fired off by 3D Max already. As Tornado 80, they were facing off close to Unity up in the north side of the circle. They've managed to get away, but they have a hard shift down south now, as do Unity. Orange is actually still in the blue on the side note. So he's kind of on his own. He's gotten a vehicle.
Oh, Recrent biding his time, waiting it out. Marcelek didn't know where to look or turn, but he stands up too long. Recrent now needs to get a nade out if he can. That would be the ideal play. The Wander able to back him up, and Elgig, they are just scrambling around looking for cover, desperate to keep themselves going. But PG18 have fully surrounded them. They're just playing it from the distance.
Yeah, I don't think Recruit had to take as much damage as he did, unfortunately, but Wander with a grenade gets a knockdown onto KnorkiS, so at least the rest of PG18 are responding. They're now flanking around. Ubika is going down on top of that hill. Another grenade will secure that kill onto Marcelek, as it leaves just Morpheus and ghostar, the two standing members of ELGIGANTEN.
Now, PG18, you don't need to continue to throw all these nades out. Now you need to go in and find the rest of the kills. You outnumber them. You have a knocked player, and you now need to move forward. They've got to play off all the information they had. They're checking this house out first, but it's the next one where all of Elgig sit. Morpheus ready and waiting. ghostar now brought KnorkiS back up, and it now means that he'll have to get himself healed, and they can probably actively challenge this. But the thing is, PG18, if they want to assault him, it needs to be all at the same time. It needs to be a team effort to flush these Elgig players out.
And you're only giving more room for ELGIGANTEN to respond, right? The longer you leave it. KnorkiS was able to be revived up. The only potential play-in from other areas of the team was that Airstation Mike was taking shots from their compound to the north side of where Elgig and PG18 are. So that could come into effect. You also have Milky Ways to the east side of both PG and ELGIGANTEN.
Now ghostar will get a nade out towards Ubica. Straight away, though, the Wanderer was able to reply. More nades coming out. Ubica very low on health now, but he'll be able to crawl his way back in. Close the door, get the revive, make it smart.
So I was talking about, you kind of give Elgig a bit too much room to breathe. They can put it onto you, and you can pay the price. But ghostar manages to get into the building. Will probably look to get that revive. Maybe using all those grenades earlier on has gone against him, because PG18 can't respond and throw into a building, but now Wander now going to flank in, realizing that's just going to be one member of Elgig on his own, pops the shots off and goes upstairs.
Really smart play there. D's able to get the knock onto ghostar, but he was saving his teammate at the same time. Those nades coming out, making this very hard for D's. He's just trying to move back as far away as he can, but he still gets knocked down. He knew his day was numbered, but can he stay alive? He wants to avoid being finished off here. Morpheus trying to bring the res in. It will come in once again, but they're still outnumbered in this one. Ubica runs into his death, but he was not finished off. Then he goes in. ghostar's able to get the job done, and this is not what PG18 wanted. They've got to play this smarter than that. Morpheus is the next one to fall, and Elgig are struggling so hard here. 10 health up on ghostar. He doesn't know where to look or where to turn. He wants to try and pop this first aid kit, but both players are scared of actually taking this fight. This is not how you want it to go down, and ghostar getting this heal off. Could this be the difference maker?
There's no way that Elgig should have had more of a chance, but they get eliminated finally, and Recrank gets the final blow. You got to say PG18 could have played that a little bit cleaner in my eyes, but at the end of the day, they got the job done. They stayed as a three-man team, and they hold on to his compound inside circle.
And guess who's getting more kills? Unity up there.
Yep.
Just saw it on top of your screens. They've been going up against Quick Math. Still 51 players alive. We're just approaching the 14-minute mark. Phase 3 ticking away. The Milky Way players, over and over again, we spoke about them after that impressive day one and Wrangle victory of 29 points. But they need to do at least a little bit better on the consistent side of things.
They do indeed. YMCA, they actually went through Los Leones, and now they're on the south edge of the circle. They're in a bit of a 2-2 split. 3D Max, you talked about their south rotation. They've held a very nice compound that I think was initially looked upon by PG18 and InsideGames, but the second they saw 3D Max, they backtracked and they found their own compounds themselves.
Now Unity just holding the road for now. This is where they were fighting Quick Math for a little bit, and Quick Math moved more towards Impala. Better luck next time. Going to take some circle damage here as they try to push in, but Tornado right in front of them. Must be aware of where they are, because otherwise they'd be getting a move on. Arctic's going to pick his teammate up, and they'll try and drive away on the bike to keep it going. Oh, that's not going to work. That's a spray down and a half. Aaliyah, an example, no problems at all. Straight in with a finish off. There's no other players left on Better Luck Next Time. They're close enough to deal with this. Faultlessly is in Los Leones on his own. That's not where you want to be on your own at all. You are pretty much dead weight at that point, and you just want to try and prone it and solo it in order to try and get some placement points. But that is certainly not going to be easy.
And especially if the circle in the next phase shifts in northeast, it's going to be even harder for Faultlessly to disengage from Los Leones all by himself. But gotta say, Airstation Mike, they're kind of in a compound that are with the surrounding field. So if this phase shifts down south, it's definitely going to be a little bit tough for them. The only saving grace is they can possibly look to edge camp Unity, who are north of them, as example finds Arctics.
Yeah, PG18's in a good spot. Milky Way have one as well. Same for Airstation Mike, but a lot of these teams who also had good spots down in the south and the west are now being cut off.
Wow.
InsideGames, YMCA, 3D Max, Last Crew, Jokers, all having to come from the south. Tempest are in it, but they've got Northern Lights and Tornado, who will also try and make their way in from a similar direction. Unity's going to group up now as well and get themselves together. Quickmath going to have to leave Impala, but they already know that Unity were taking shots at them from the road where they've been set up on for probably the last 2-3 minutes.
And it's so tough because even when you look at the center of the circle, the only compound that is in there, or the only couple of compounds, is held by Airstation Mike and Unity. Everything else is open field, so you've only got the edge of the circle that can be a little bit viable.
Unity isn't even a compound. They're just holding the road on the side. It's Milky Way that have the compound. But either way, Recrent able to get the knock onto Jappy. Nades going out, and that's actually going to be quite close. Straight away in with another knock. More damage being done, but the Wanderer, he's being shot at from the side, and he has no idea where it is, but it's 3D Max, long-range game, getting it done.
Gotta be able to get it done indeed. There's 3D Max looking to connect very strongly. There was one member that got knocked down by InsideGames, but the revive came through. InsideGames are kind of making their way into the edge of the circle. Now the Wanderer connecting, or trying to connect onto Last Crew, who are just doing all that they can to get in there.
The Wanderer wishes he had another grenade. Just spots one player running through the smoke, unable to get the connections with the shots though. The Boom from Joker's also getting involved in this one. 3D Max coming over the hill. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're Last Crew, you just want to be anywhere else but here.
Yeah, but if Recurrent kind of peaks too far and kind of expose himself too much, 3D Max could take advantage of that. They'll find anybody. They'll take out anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. As iZoom from Milky Way joins in, and the Boom knocks down AK's skill. So Last Crew, they're just absolutely pinched by 4 teams or so.
Tempest are also taking shots, as you can see. Melman's able to get the kill onto Wookie Bookie. Every time you stand up, you get knocked back down. Moon is having none of it. He's landing headshots long range, just like it's everyday thing that he does. Probably for a player like Moon, he does do it every day. This man has been more than talented. And that nade's not what they wanted to see.
Tornado Energy being put under a lot of pressure. Melman just trying to do his best to flank around along with Example. Compot gets knocked down. Clip doing the work for Tempest, but the return fire from Example to knock down Hani. What can Tempest do? It's in the building. Example now going through. Gonna go upstairs. Having an idea that Clib is there. But now goes around into building his last crew. You gotta kind of say finally eliminated in 14 places is always gonna be tough as Hani is just gonna kill secured, for example, from Tornado Energy.
Better luck next time. Eventually, Faultlessly, he was unable to leave Los Leones.
Definitely going to be tough as YMCA get taken out by InsideGames. We're definitely looking a lot more confident today. Melman, an example. Clib is outside the building, prone down.
Oh, it's this new circle. It's staying right on Airstation, Mike, and Unity. Unity's still out in the open on the road. Recrent, though, going to find one onto Solar. He's not done yet. Pushing forward. Goes in for it, and that's beautiful. Knocky down as well. And Recrent, that was so fast. That was so furious. And he did all the damage he needed. 3D Max now with just Phantom and Furax left. Can the Wanderer and Recrent take him down?
Guys, PG-18, wow, Recrent looking good. I know I said that maybe could have been a little bit quicker against LGIG previously, but with these breaches, it's working very well. Tell you, it's also working well for Tempest. Clib takes down Melman, knocks down Aaliyah. It's only Example that's left standing for Tornado Energy.
That's so smart as well, because Clib knew he'd probably be waiting, gets the heal back on, but can he take him down? Goes for the pre-fire, but Example manages to tap him up. 21 health of damage done towards Clib. He now needs to make sure he tries and approaches in a different way. He wants to get the finish off here, but he also doesn't want to take circle damage. More damage being done from Clib. He's trying this. Can we please have this on the full screen? Clib, he was doing so well. He was trying to hang in there, but it wasn't meant to be. 10th place for Tempest. Not enough, but a good effort regardless.
Oh my God. And PG-18, who had just taken out 3D Max, get returned by InsideGames. You kind of realize, hey, look, you know, you did the hard work taking out one team. We're going to come in and take you out as they look to make their way into circle because it shifted up north. We didn't have a chance to talk about it because all these teams are going at each other across this map.
Tornado do go out to the zone, though. Example is the only one left in it. Be interesting to know how many kills they had towards the end of that, off the back of that win there with 23 points on the previous game. Mans. Landed the shots on the Odstrelovac. Odstrelovac getting himself in the vehicle, but Mans is not stopping just yet.
See, because you've got two members of InsideGames inside circle, they're able to communicate and say, hey, look, we have an open spot for you. But when you look at the spot, Airstation might, they have that compound that's kind of quite well inside the circle. Milky Way hold on to the edge on the east side, but now Northern Lights just trying to find their spot. They're inside circle. They don't need to worry too much, right, James? They just need to pop shots off. Be careful they're not peeking, but Zampeek gets taken out by Airstation Mike and Milky Way.
Milky Way coming to live on the edge. It's got an 8 times up there for Mans to do all the shots. They're going to have to start to move now, but they're still in a good position regardless. Odstrelovac dies out to the blue. seniks the only one left for InsideGames. Airstation Mike still get to keep their compound, and Unity, they're still on the side of the road.
They are.
They're like the highway robbers. You come through and we're going to knock you down.
And if they can effectively take down Quick Math and focus and get that squad wipe, that will give them the kind of ridge side of the road as a favoursome position, considering that the only compound is held by Airstation Mike.
No, I like this from Airstation Mike, getting active. If they want to take a win again, they can't have a win with 2 kills. Now up at 4 at the moment, and they're not done yet. Fake looking around, scouting for the rest of these Northern Lights players. Deep and Perfectix. They have to be careful, because whichever way they do go, you're potentially running into another team.
Yep.
So you've got to find a way to either avoid Airstation Mike and just hold yourselves into the circle, or work your way up north or south and challenge one of the other teams.
And now 2 members in Milky Way made the push into circle by the edge of the road. Excellent play. seniks, the only member of InsideGames, has gone into the circle into that little shack. Was going to face pressure, well, sorry, the hay bale, should I say. Going to face a lot of pressure from every other team around them.
Quick Math and Unity also exchanged knocks.
Yep.
No kills coming in. Quizzy's still holding it actually within the circle on the other side of the road, while Snoopy, Orange, they've got themselves elsewhere. And Anuctiv's actually there as well. My bad, he's still waiting. So they're all taking shots. seniks managed to get a nade off the off string. That's actually a deep nade. He's going in for another. Doesn't quite connect in the same way. iZoom, he knows he can't move either. Because the moment he moves, more quick math players are going to shoot at him. But iZoom's taken down Diggory. And this is actually helping out Unity massively as the inside game. seniks, he finally goes down. It's only a 6th place for them, but he'll take it considering he was a solo player there.
He could have played passive and he could have prone down and waited out, but he tried to be aggressive and he kind of got exposed for it as See, now you got me confused. Just take down off string. Perfectus from Northern Lights. They made their way up north, avoiding Airstation Mike on the west side, and have found the likes of Unity.
Unity only lost Quizzy so far. 5 kills up on it for them. They're within the top 5 once again. Nades going out, and they want to deal with Milky Way, while Quickmath are also being benefited from this fight. Because they're on the other sides of it, right? They're all looking at Milky Way, but they're not actually looking at each other because of how the map's working out.
So what is looking pretty good by Uni. A couple of other teams have realized, okay, this is also a good spot. So you got 3 squads on the east side of the circle. Yes, the road is there, but because of the hills on each side, you're able to find a nice level of protection. You have Jupsig and Encelenzo there. You also have Snoopy and Orange dividing the road, and then Mans and iZoom, as well as DP, also dividing their road. All the while, you've got Northern Lights on the north side, and you've got Airstation Mike. Their compound that they held onto is still a little bit inside circle, but in my opinion, they want to be aggressive and take control of at least half of the Phase 7 circle.
Well, the good thing is for Airstation Mike is, yes, that compound's still in it, but like you just said there, if they push out now, they have so much more information to play with here than all the other teams. Now, it's a great spot they have, but if they want to take this and get additional kills and they want to have a big win, now is the time to go. Now is the time to strike. And it's also, why don't you strike while they are on top, while these teams are still fighting each other? Exactly. Unity, Quickmath, and Milky Way have been in the same spots for a good few minutes, and all they've done is fight each other.
Like, if I were there, Station Mike, again, maybe I just go on about it too much, but have 2 members go up north and 2 members go down south, peek out, try and find and get an idea of where they are. And then maybe if they need to group back together in the next couple of seconds or next 20 seconds, they can do that. But you got to find the information. You got to be a little bit more aggressive while these teams are not focused on you as Northern Lights get eliminated. Okay, Hugstar. That's going to be a good connection with that Mini 14. Another point for their side.
He did that some distance as well. They'll take that one. An additional kill added for the ASM boys. Man's still prone down. The other 2 Milky Way players further away, able to spray down Encelenzo. Jupzig trying to get a nade off towards him. Is it going to get close enough?
Now, I'm surprised Mans isn't being a bit more aggressive because that first knockdown came out. Don't give Quickmath the chance to get the revive off onto Encelenzo.
Look at Airstation Mike, though. They've seen what's going on. They are moving forward. This is what we wanted to see. Jazza could find them both by surprise. They don't have grenades to work with here, but they can hear everything that's going on. ToWzEra's able to deal the damage, and they're not done yet. That's the way you get it done. Quickmath are the first to die. Unity's delivering it to them, but Milky Way are going down next.
Just Mans proning behind the rock, hoping for the absolute best. As Uni are still there, Uni are going to drive on through. Can they put the pressure on the Airstation Mike? The first knockdown comes down on the fake. The grenade will most likely go out. Milky Way get eliminated third. Down to these top 2 teams.
Anuctiv on the floor, though. This is going to make it a lot harder for him. Airstation Mike got plenty of utility because they haven't had to move out there. They've been taking the long range shots. I love this from Orange. He's trying his best to keep it going. Airstation Mike, though, they've managed to get the revive in. That's key. Hugstar finishes off, or takes down Orange yet. Not going to finish him off. He will be able to be brought back up. And Nuktiv actually been revived as well. But he has to get himself healed up. Hugstar working his way around the side. He's going to be able to see so much here. Jazza able to do so much damage. And he's looking for more. Hungry to push forward. And Airstation Mike, they want this win with plenty of kills. And that's exactly what they get. 23-point game for them, 13 kills in the bag, and Airstation Mike, they managed to get the job done, and much better this time, right? They learned from their mistakes of sitting in that compound last time around. They pushed out effectively as a team, and it was pure teamwork from that point onwards. Someone made a decision, someone made a call, and they all went for it.
Like, one thing that I say about Airstation Mike, when they engage, they look kind of poetic when they do, because they look competent, they look confident, and they know exactly where they need to be in that game. They showed that so effectively. It took them a little bit of time based on the circle shifts, and I think they were just waiting out. But the second they made that call, it worked out so effectively for their side. But you got to give a lot of credit to Unity, because they were the first team to actually go on that east side and hold on to the ridge of the road. And they were able to at least make a count. They allowed Quick Math and Milky Way to kind of take each other out, along with the likes of Airstation Mike, and at least they got themselves a second place finish.
And I think the best thing is that Unity, remember, fought from the very beginning. They took down MOOPHEUS in 16th place, did a full squad wipe, and the whole way through they never gave up. They continued to push, they continued to get kills. And yes, they only ended up with 7 in the end in total, but they were fighting every moment of that game.
And to start the game with a squad wipe with 4 kills, it does give you a little bit more kind of security and say, okay, look, we've already got 4 points, so now we just find a good position, hold out, and if we can mix that with a couple more kill points and a high placement, happy days, and that's exactly what they done. But, you know, it was tough because of that circle and because of those phases. It was in such an open field, and the teams had to try and hold out by the edge of the circle compared to the center. It was definitely very tough for a lot of these teams in the end.
PG-18, though, this point here that we looked at was very solid from them. It was just until they got third-partied after that it all became too much for them to handle. This is also a nice one from Clib, where he managed to get the first knock and then deals with this. This was the impressive one. Aaliyah should have never been able to allow that one to happen.
Yeah, you're dead right. PG-18, they looked very strong holding on to those compounds, but then InsideGames kind of went, not gonna work out for you anymore, guys. And seniks, he made his way forward in circle, and he could have prone down and possibly would have helped him a bit more, but he tried to make the call to get a couple more points from kills, but it didn't work out.
And this last part was just so impressive from both sides. Unity had a good idea of how they want to approach it. They were outnumbered. They allowed, obviously, Airstation Mike to get the revive in, which became the big upset for them. But overall, I think both teams will be happy with how that end part of the game went down, because it just came down to who was going to be hitting the shots a little bit better.
Ascrew have been pretty consistent with the results so far in the finals. Have ended this game with 0 points, with BetterLuckNxTime and Team Oops as well in this game. ELGIG only getting 1 point in a couple of teams as well, but as you see, Airstation Mike, 13 kills, 10 placement points, 23 in total. The closest to get points is Unity, but they got 10 less, followed by Milky Way with 11 points and PG-18 with 10. 9 of those 10 points being from kills alone.
And that's the thing. PG-18 went out in 8th place and still managed to get the 9 kills with it. Like we said, they were just aggressive again. And this is their consistency. This is what I keep coming back to. This is why PG-18, they don't need to be in the best ranked spot right on the standings, but this is why they are the best team currently, because they are not having the games where we regularly see them drop off with just a few points. They are having games where we will always pick up at least a few points. I haven't seen them. I can't remember not seeing them outside the top 8 other than that one game they had in 16th. That was it.
Yep. They've just looked so damn good, and it shows at least in this game with the kill feed. Recrink getting 6, Jazza from Airstation Mike also getting 6, followed by ToWzErA. So 2 out of the top 3 from kills in that game were from Airstation Mike. Not surprising considering they got 13.
Sometimes that is just the way it goes. And Airstation Mike damage was done by them. 13 kills in total, Unity getting close, but they were really, really something special with Airstation Mike this time around, because they were taking the fights, they were taking the shots from their compound, but it's just the way they moved out at the end. And my biggest fear was that they were not going to learn from their mistakes and do another game where it's like, oh, we get a win, but we only pushed out when there was one team left.
They looked like the Airstation Mike that we saw previously in the group stages, but fake 648 damage, but no kills.
It's all right. He was just doing all the long-range damage while his teammates picked up all the pieces for him around it and got the job done. But we've only got one more game left for today. Once again, we're back to Sanhok. That's the way it's going to be ending here. And my biggest question when it comes to Sanhok is, MOOPHEUS, you have now had 2 games of 16th places. Please, MOOPHEUS, not just for us, but for everyone at home, deliver on Sanhok. We know you guys can do it. Bring that confidence back in there. But like with any team, we've seen it before. It's more and more teams are getting better and better when it comes to Sanhok. They're putting that time in. We'll see you guys after the break, and then our final game will be coming your way.